Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum friends. Welcome back to another episode of Football Gupshup. Please subscribe to this channel as well as press the bell button icon so you could receive notifications for the latest episode. So let's start today's episode. We'll be starting a new series of what if transfers where we will look at the clubs and see what players do they need and how much budget is required in order to acquire those players. We will see what do they have at present and which areas do they require strengthening. And then we will look at potential targets and see if the respective club can acquire them. So we will allot them a specific budget and see if it works. In this first part of series, as you have seen the thumbnail, we'll be taking a look at Arsenal. We will try to allot Arsenal up to £100 million because this current number is quite similar to what they have been spending in the previous window. So we will give them £100 million and see where do they go from here. So, Arsenal under Arteta have been promising, but there are areas where they require key personnel, such as in strike department. The likes of Aubameyang leaving the club and Lacazette also looking to leave, it seems Arsenal will be in for a new striker. They were heavily linked to Vlahovic, but were unable to price him as the player chose Juventus. So, we will look at who will they try to target and who can they realistically get. So, Arsenal are also pretty much short in midfield in terms of defensive midfield position. They have pretty much limited options. They have Thomas Partey and Xhaka, but Xhaka is not a fan favorite with reported links to Roma in last transfer window. There is no assurity if the player will be at the club in the future. So Arsenal are short in that department. Arsenal currently have an excellent core in the squad with the likes of Ramsdale, Ben White, Gabriel, Tierney, Partey, Smith Rowe, Martinelli, Saka. They do require more key players. We will have a look at them and see how much will they cost and who will be their targets. In defense, they need backup for White and Gabriel, in which they already have a player in their books who is on loan to Marseille called Saliba. He's a young centre-back who can play good and he has a reputation of turning into a world-class player. He could be a good cover for White and Gabriel in the coming 1 or 2 seasons. And afterwards he can make the position for himself if any of those two are not in good form. Whereas in midfield, Arsenal need players as they have no defensive midfield other than Partey. Xhaka will leave, so the names which they could target are Douglas Luiz. He has done pretty good for Aston Villa, although it will be very hard to price him away, but Arsenal could offer good money for him. Another name is of Arthur of Juventus. Arsenal were interested in him in January window. They wanted to bring him on loan, but Juventus did not want to lose him as they sold Bentancur to Spurs. It will be costly to bring him in. Whereas there is another option in Frank Kessie, who Arsenal could try to get him on free. It will cost them no money and they will get a very good player. Out of these three, Kessie will cost them less, whereas in terms of experience, Luiz will be perfect because he is playing in Premier League with Aston Villa. Arthur could be a risk, but he is the best passer between them. It will cost Arsenal up to 35 million if they go for Luiz or Arthur. But if they want to spend less, then Kessie will be the perfect candidate. In striking department, Arsenal have 3 candidates. Jonathan David of Lille. He's a very different type of striker. He's more of a supporting striker rather than a main striker. So Arsenal wouldn't go for him unless they are unable to get other targets. David has done good for Lille recently. It wouldn't be a surprise if you see him pulling up red and white shirt for the North Londoners. Moving on, another name is of Victor Osimhen of Napoli. He's a very good striker and he would be a pretty good fit for Arsenal, but he is way too costly because the reason is the Napoli chairman, he's pretty much famous for trying to squeeze every single penny for his players. So Arsenal might find difficulty somehow in dealing with Napoli chairman. In the last name is of Dominic Calvert-Lewin. He's currently playing for Everton and has been in pretty good form for last 2 years. But recently he has been hit with injuries. Out of these 3 targets, Calvert-Lewin would be the prime candidate for Arsenal. Although he is a homegrown player and Everton would want top dollar for their talisman, it will test Arsenal resolve in order to get him. He could cost upwards of £60 million. In terms of cost, all 3 strikers will cost more than 50 million. So Arsenal will have to spend in order to get replacement for both Lacazette and Aubameyang. It wouldn't be a surprise if we see Arsenal going for two strikers. So we could see Arsenal spending up to 100 million plus if they go for a midfielder and two strikers. But it will all depend upon how Arteta does this season, which means he will have to get that Champions League spot in order to get more cash for his respective targets. So, folks, hopefully you would have loved today's episode. Please comment of who you would like Arsenal to target. We will be coming with a new club in coming episodes. Hopefully you will like them too. Anyway, please subscribe to this channel, press the like button, press the bell button icon so you can receive notifications. I'll see you soon in the next one. Thank you for watching.